What's up, guys? I'm Jake Hutton. This is Steve Cook here. I got you guys. I'm Steve Cook. This is Jake Hutton. I'm gonna go over today one of the most asked about questions we get all the time, and that's how to improve bench press. So I was strong growing up. Jake was legendary strong growing up. I hit my senior year like 370 on bench press, but I was benching wrong at the time, and I didn't even realize it until I started working out with Jake how to properly bench press for strength. And one of the things we started doing was board press. So today we're gonna go over how to improve your bench press by implementing board press. So some of the things that it allows us to do is train heavier because we're using partial reps, getting that central nervous system used to a heavier load, as well as extending the set when you're benching. So we're gonna go over all that today. We're gonna jump into it.
Let's go.
Pretty much just stole everything Jake told me to say.
That's all right. All right, guys, the first thing we're gonna talk about today is just how we set the board up, because it's a pretty convenient way to set up your board. So we just took a 1 2x4, cut it up, and we just use Velcro. So that way you can go basically one board all the way to a 4-board press, just in one little setup right here. And it allows you to have more variation, and it's really cheap to set up. So that's how we have a few of these in the gym, and it's easy to use with large groups of people too. So if you're a college strength coach, when I was a coach, I made this for every rack, and it costs not very much, like 30 bucks maybe, right? So today what we're gonna talk about first is gonna be going over how we're gonna utilize the board for heavier weights, right? So like Steve said, it's gonna allow you to put heavier, really if you do like a 3-board press, let's say we're gonna go 3-board today, it's gonna allow you to do more than your 1 rep max for most people, as long as you have strong triceps. And what that's gonna do is basically stimulate your central nervous system. You're getting used to that weight. So when you go actually off your chest, it's gonna feel lighter when it's in your hands. And number 2, it's gonna increase your lockout. And the next thing that you can work on too with the board is gonna be a sticking point. So for a lot of people, the 2 to 3 board right off your chest is gonna be your sticking point. And so it allows you to work that partial range of motion right at your sticking point. All right, so the board that I use the most is probably gonna be the 3-board, because it's really close to my sticking point, but it's still far enough. It's a small enough partial rep that I can still use really, really heavy weight, right? So more than my 1 rep max. So we're gonna use the 3-board today. And really, we just wanted to show you guys basically how you're gonna utilize this. So you're gonna grab the board like this, you're gonna have the partner, you can have a spotter and the partner holding it, but the biggest mistake that people make is people lie the board flat, and then someone will hit the board and it comes down like that, right? So you're losing, basically, you're gonna lose a little bit of force right off the chest, and it's gonna make it a lot harder for the person doing the exercise, right? So what you wanna do when you set up the board is really follow right down the line of their chest. So it's nice and tight to their chest, they can touch it and explode right off the board. Good, just like that. If you're strong enough, a lot of people can do about 110% or even more, but usually 110% on a close grip, or even more than that on a wide grip bench compared to your 1 rep max. So the next way that we like to utilize boards is to extend the set and work muscular endurance. So this is great for your combine training guys that need to hit 225, right? So that's one reason that I love the Velcro setup as well, is because you can just pop basically the boards off like this, and you're set up to go for this set. So what we're gonna do is Steve is gonna burn out to his chest first. He's gonna set up, so basically all the way to burnout, right? He's gonna lock it out, he's gonna sit up, rest for 10 seconds, and then we're gonna go burn out to a 2-board. He's gonna sit back up, rest 10, burn out to a 3-board, and then sit back up, and then finish with his last set, burning out to a 4-board, which seems almost ridiculous for some people because it's barely any movement. But one of the first things to go when you're doing a 225 test is gonna be your tricep lockout strength. And so this is a great way to work your lockout when you're already 100% fatigued. All right, so we're gonna show you guys an example of what that's gonna look like. So Steve's gonna set up, he's got 225 on, and he's gonna unrack it and just go burn out all the way to his chest. All right, so Steve just hit 52 reps. Lock. Now we're gonna go 10-second break. Woo! 3, 4, 7, 8, 9, 10. He's gonna sit back up, 2-board. And really on this, you can hit it just like you would your chest. So you don't have to control it to the board too much. He's burnt out, he racks it. We're gonna grab the 3-board, set it up, 8, 9, 10. It's gonna burn out to that 3-board. All right, burned out. And then finally, we're gonna throw on the 4-board. He's rested 10 seconds, and then we're gonna lay back down. And just finish to that 4-board. Good. Woo! So that would just be one set, and usually this would be basically something that we would do at the end of a chest training day, right? So we probably do a little bit of volume work first, and right at the end of your bench session, then we would finish with one more final set and go all the way through that whole progression.
Guys, hopefully you guys enjoyed that video on how to get a stronger bench press. If you guys want to see how we would program this in an actual workout, click the link in the description. Make sure you also hit that subscribe button, because we're gonna be putting out tons more content like this. Smash that like button, like this, just smash it. No chest bump, okay.
Okay, well, let's read it.
Ready to go. It's a lot of man boob up in there. Thanks, guys.
That'll be the closeout.